All right. Welcome everyone to February's Georgia Healthy Farmer Mindset virtual meeting. And today is a special day. We're going to preview next month's Georgia Farm Stress Summit, which will be the fifth annual. It's hard to believe that this is the fifth year of having the full summit. And so we're just going to go through and preview some things today and highlight that. Make sure everybody's aware of the registration page, and we'll go through the agenda and talk about some of what you can expect if you choose to attend this. As always, the Georgia Farm Stress Summit is completely free, and we want to encourage the broadest participation. But we are always in a place, even though we're in a much bigger place this year with the hosting by Fort Valley State University at their Pettigrew Farm and Community Life Center. We still are going to have some limitation on attendance. And we are already getting registrations. So would encourage you as soon as possible, if you're going to attend, to go to the registration page that I'll show you today and get registered because it's going to be a good one. I want to, give first a shout out to all of our planning partners and GAWA partners. The Georgia Agricultural Wellness Alliance, just it is in every sense of the word an alliance, and I want to especially thank my host family and organization, the Georgia Rural Health Innovation Center at Mercer University School of Medicine. They're family, and they just do great work across all of Georgia in the rural health area, and just love being a part of that organization. And then our other partners, the Georgia Department of Agriculture, the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, the Georgia Foundation for Agriculture, and also UGA Extension in the two colleges up there. We also have great support from the UGA College of Public Health. We just They are really helping us with this year. We're having a research poster contest and research discussion, and they're really helping out with that as well. And I want to give a special shout out to two organizations. First, CareSource, which has, through its generosity, helped to fund a good amount of our programming, and they are helping to sponsor the Farm Stress Summit. And then also, we have Ag South and Ag Georgia Farm Credit that are providing a generous sponsorship. And they are we can't keep this free without the help of organizations like this, and that is always one of our goals. Um, in Fort Valley State University's Extension Service, they are our on-site host and also are funding the lunch and refreshments this year. So just much appreciation. All of these organizations are giving of their time and funding to make this thing happen and to keep it free. And we love that. So Corey Cottle from Ag Georgia Farm Credit is with us today. Corey, would you mind just saying a few words about why your organization chose to help with a sponsorship and of the Farm Stress Summit?
Sure, I'll be glad to, John. We did sponsor as Ag Georgia and our sister association Ag South last year in Statesboro, I believe it was as well. But we really felt like it was important to sponsor this year. Just something that I heard the other day at the legislative breakfast that Tyler Harper said. I may not get the statistics dead on right because I know y'all are neck deep in this more so than I am, but I believe he said that like 40% of Georgia farmers had contemplated suicide over the past year. So just a kind of a staggering stat, and it's we see it with our farmers that we service on a daily basis, and them coming back to us with their operating line requests for the upcoming year. A lot of them are having to term that out and have carryover debt. It's just been a stressful time the last 3 or 4 years with the commodity prices. So it's something that as Farm Credit we wanted to stay engaged with and supportive of.
Yeah, thank you so much, Corey. And and so many times, and I hear this more and more when I'm out there. The lenders out there that work in the agricultural community, like your organizations, um, are really cognizant. I mean, they're right there with the farmers and hear those challenges, and really, I just I'm always touched by how ingrained in those communities the ag lenders are, and that they understand that as go the farmers, so go their business, and really want to learn more and do more. And we appreciate this partnership. I love the opportunity to talk with our ag lenders to just help them have conversations that they may not be typically trained for and that sort of thing. And so we'll talk a little bit about some of the new trainings we got in the space in just a minute when we go over the agenda. So let's talk about just dates and times. The Farm Stress Summit, the day of, is March 12th, and that is at the Pettigrew Center. Check-in will be at 8 a.m. To 9 a.m. And just want to make sure we are not doing on-site, that everybody's aware, we're not doing on-site registration because we are fully expecting to be fully subscribed at that point. So please pre-register if you're planning on attending. And we do have, as I said, some space limitations, but a bigger space this year. So we're expecting in the neighborhood of 200 this year, which that would be a first, and keeps us growing as we have every year. Um, so, of course, in terms of, I should say, in terms of the overall purpose of the Farm Stress Summit, it's really to bring together, people that are within and around the ag community in Georgia to present more information on resources and just opportunities to learn and better support our farm families across Georgia in terms of their mental health and well-being. And that's certainly the purpose of the Agricultural Wellness Alliance. And so when we have these opportunities to bring together experts and interested parties, and most especially those who are within that farm community, that are the producers, the families of the producers, we want to take every advantage of that. So this is an important day in the life of this effort each year. And like I said, it started 5 years ago and has grown every year, and we're just excited about this opportunity. Um, so a new thing this year, for the first time, we're doing some pre-conference activities the day before. And we're going to be doing two things that day. And so one of those is going to be, and this starts I'm going to just, let me share my screen here as I go through the information page. Just give me just a second and I will get that shared. Let's see if I can find that. Well, I will in just a second. But let me say the day before at the Ag Technology Center, Conference Center, Ag Technology Conference Center, which is on John Hope Road, Camp John Hope Road in Fort Valley. We're going to have a research sharing and discussion time. So if you are a researcher or you're interested in learning more about research that is connected to this area of mental health and well-being and health in the rural and agricultural communities, this is an opportunity to again, if you are a researcher and you have some ongoing research or upcoming research, and you'd like to briefly share information about that with that group, that will be the opportunity to do it. More information, again, is on the page that I'll be directing you to today. And you'll have the opportunity when you go to the registration link to register for any and all of these experiences. So both pre-conference and the day of. The other thing that we're doing is we are going to do a tour of Pearson Farm, which is a local farm that is one of the leading producers of peaches and I say pecans because I'm from South Georgia. If you say pecans, well, you're wrong, but I'm not going to hold it against you. I grew up on a farm with pecan trees. They were not pecan trees. But at any rate, it's going to be a nice opportunity after that research discussion. And Fort Valley State, their extension service has arranged with the university, and they'll provide us transportation there on one or two of their buses, depending on how many folks we get. And and here's something new. So it's about a 15-minute trip over there and back after the tour. That's scheduled while the research discussion is roughly 1 to 3, with the tour being 3 to 5. Joan Anderson from the Rural Health Innovation Center and I will be, we're going to do something completely new for us. We're going to do an on the bus community resiliency model training, or CRIM, as we say it, which is a stress management set of stress management tools that are very, very applicable for all populations, from little kids all the way up to adults. And so we're going to do that on the way and on the way back. Very unusual. We're going to have to do it in a pretty abbreviated fashion, but what we can do is give an overview of that and get folks' appetite whetted a little bit, because that is a training that we and a number of folks throughout Georgia can provide. It is really a great stress management set of tools that we endorse wholeheartedly. I think the Rural Health Innovation Center has presented this to over 2,000 students and teachers throughout Georgia already over these past years. So they do a great job of that. So I'm looking forward to that experience. Hoping I don't get seasick as I'm standing there presenting, but we're gonna try our best. Um, so that's our pre-conference day. And again, that'll be on the registration page. And we do ask that if you are planning on attending those, please make sure you click on those specific events and not just the general ones, so that we've got an idea of how many folks will attend. And then the day of, and again, let me just see if I can figure out how to share my screen. I always say that Zoom moves. I think they really try to move around the. Oh, there we go. Um, so let's see if I can get this shared now. Okay. All right. Can we see that screen over there with the pre-conference showing? Can you all see that? Okay, good.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna go down. Here's some information about the pre-conference research sharing discussion. And this is at our website, gafarmstress.org. And there's a page from the homepage to link onto it for information about the Farm Stress Summit. And so there's pre-conference information. Now, the day of, we are going to have, as I said, there's for the first time we're having a research a poster contest with a prize for the best student and best professional researcher posters. So, Noah Hopkins out of the University of Georgia. He's a graduate student, doctoral student in the College of Public Health at UGA, and has been a constant help to us here at the Alliance and all of our activities. Very faithful. And Noah, I don't know. Noah usually attends. I don't know if he's on here today. But he can certainly provide more information about that. And if you need to get in touch with Noah, let me know. And then, so we're going to start with some welcoming remarks. We'll have the president from Fort Valley State who will present remarks, and then deans from Fort Valley, UGA, and Dean Sumner from the Mercer School of Medicine will be bringing us some quick welcome remarks. And then we have Tara Haskins from AgriSafe, who is on our on the Zoom today, and and she's going to be our keynote speaker, and I'm very excited about that. AgriSafe, if you're not familiar, does an amazing job on the national stage of doing very, very similar activities to what we're doing, and they didn't copy us. We look at them often for inspiration, and they just do such a great job and offer so many different seminars, webinars, trainings, all of that, CEUs. And so Tara is going to be doing our keynote address this year. And so very excited about that. Tara, do you want to say a few words? I didn't warn you about this ahead of time, but I know you don't need much warning. So
Oh, no, thank you so much. I just put in the chat, you're really kind, but I always say whenever I go to events that the strength that AgriSafe has comes from the partners that we work with. And so Georgia is just a great example of hardworking people dedicated to mental health and well-being and health and safety in ag. So we're really excited and actually honored that you guys would ask us to be there. So we're working on something to hopefully stimulate some thinking and maybe stimulate some thought about some new avenues or things we haven't thought about in this space. That's kind of like part of my role with AgriSafe. I'm always trying to like forecast in the future or think about where the gaps are. What are we not talking about? What do producers need that we're not addressing? So I'm hoping to bring some of that. And I'm looking forward to the farm tour, John, because I love farm tours.
yeah, thank you, Tara, and the honor is ours, really. Yeah, the farm tour. I don't. I think that's a little early for peach season, unfortunately, but and a little late for the pecan season. So, but they've been really gracious, and I'm just looking forward to that. Their farm store there on the farm is a great visit if you're in that area of Fort Valley ever. It's really nice, and I have uh, a number of purchases from there, including one of my favorite T-shirts with the Pearson Farm name on it. So, and then after that, we're going to be going into a moderated panel discussion with Commissioner Tanner from the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health. and developmental disabilities, and Commissioner Tyler Harper from the Georgia Department of Agriculture. And they are always so supportive of our work, and more importantly of our farm families and rural communities. They are both amazing. Both of them, in case you don't know, are in fact farmers, farm family members. And I bet we're the only state that has their not their just their commissioner of agriculture from a farm background, but also their commissioner of the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities. I would guess we're pretty likely to be the only one that has both of those from the ag background. And then that's such an important intersection with what we do. And so we appreciate them because they are always faithful to support this activity and other programming that we do around the state with our partners. Um, so then after a short break, we're going to have a farmer panel. And so we're having Mr. Handy Kennedy, Mr. Kent Hamilton, who was the Georgia Farmer of the Year, I believe, named at the Sunbelt Ag Expo. And then also Lindy Savell, who I know many of you know. Lindy is the head of the Georgia Citrus Association, has a citrus farm and nursery down in the Thomasville area, and is just, again, a wonderful supporter. And then last year's keynote speaker, Connie Baptiste, who does everything. She is a farmer, a chef, a veteran. She is, gosh, I'm not even covering all of what she does, but just does amazing work. She did a wonderful keynote for us last year, and she graciously agreed to sit on the panel with us again this year, and is always faithful and just says, where do you need me? So we appreciate these four coming and sharing. And Dr. Lattimore, who is the Associate Dean for Extension at Fort Valley, is going to moderate that session. And again, he was the one who made sure that our lunch will be covered that day. So we appreciate Dr. Lattimore on so many levels. We will have a lunch buffet, and then right after lunch, we're going to have a moderated table discussion activity. For those of you that attended last year, you know that was one of the things we try not to just talk at our participants, right? We try to talk with them, and so we're going to have these moderated table discussions, in the banquet hall. And we'll be this year, we're going to focus on assessing within the different communities, um, some of the resources that they do know about. And we're also going to try to identify gaps between resources that may be available that they don't know about, but then also what are the resources that are not available and that they feel like are needed. And so we think some important information and data are going to come out of those tabletop discussions, and we hope that everybody will attend and participate in those. So we're going then, after a short break, we're going to have four different breakout sessions that I think are covering some great opportunities. First, we're going to be talking about COMET training in one of the breakout sessions. And COMET, for those of you that are not aware, stands for Changing Our Mental and Emotional Trajectory. It's out of the Colorado Ag and University community, and has spread across a good bit of certainly the Midwest and the North and the West. But Georgia is the first state that has had their first group of certified regional trainers, including myself and I think 11. I think we've got right at 11 or 12 total that went through the first training session. We're going to give an overview of Comet and what it does and what its intent is, and we're also going to point out that we're going to have soon be working with the folks that offer Comet. We're going to be having another regional trainer session coming up. So we'll be highlighting that and what it does. But Comet is a very interesting training and a little bit different than a lot of the other things that we offer. I mentioned CRIM. We also offer QPR, mental health first aid, as well as some other trainings. But Comet is really out of the ag community for the ag community and is designed to help people within that community have strategic and really vital conversations with folks about whom they're worried. Okay, so that might be a family member, a neighbor. It might be just someone that they meet. And it really helps with a sort of helping people get past those myths about having those kind of conversations, get past some of those worries, and really equips people to feel more comfortable about having a conversation that, quite frankly, could head off a crisis and eventually could even save a life. And so we really are excited about having that as one of our training offerings and are looking forward to giving an overview of that. We're going to have a farm mental health essentials for providers. So it could be healthcare, it could be mental health care counselors, and we're going to provide some information because sometimes even providers that are within an ag community don't truly understand what that patient or that client that gets in front of them may be going through as a farm family member or a farm producer. Not everybody, even if they live in that community, may understand some of the challenges associated with that lead to some of the really concerning figures like the one that Corey mentioned earlier that the Commissioner of Agriculture, Tyler Harper, had discussed recently. And so we want to create those conversations and support those. And we do have a number of folks that are engaged in those rural communities that have made an effort to understand that. And I think Tara is actually going to help with that session and talk a little bit about one of the programs that they offer, sponsored through the Department of Agriculture, called Farm Response, which is a CEU training to help providers be better equipped to work and support clients and patients from the ag community. So Tara will be telling us more about that. It is an awesome CEU opportunity, and because the Department of Ag has sponsored that, it is free to Georgia providers. So what a great opportunity and a free opportunity to get those CEU credits. And then we will be having also a farm mental health essentials set for extension agents, Georgia Young Farmers and FFA advisors, 4-H advisors, folks that are working with our youth and our farm communities in this sort of club and organizational setting. We want to provide them more information and also network with them. And then we're going to have a really interesting session on heirs property and really planning for that succession and how to really work effectively so that there is continuity and hopefully minimizing conflict and really making that transition and succession smooth. So we've got a great speaker lined up for that. And that's going to cover our program for today. Pretty much, we will have a wrap up at around 3 to 3:15, and folks can go on their way at that point. But so you can see, we're putting a lot of information into a very short period of time. But again, you can't beat free, right? And when you combine it with the expertise that we're going to have at this, and the opportunities to learn and the opportunity to share from your own community at that tabletop exercise, and to hear from farmers on the farm panel and also leaders in our state in agriculture, what an opportunity, right? So I hope everybody will just really enjoy being a part of that day. So with that, let me just go right down here. So again, when you're on the georgiafarmstress.org/stress summit 2026 page that you can link to very easily, scroll down a little bit on the homepage, and there it is. You can link right to this. It has the different thing. We will have some vendor spots. We do have a limited number of those. And so we particularly would love to have organizations that are supporting this whole conversation, and can provide information on that. So we do have a limited number. I think we've got about 10 to 14 slots that we can fill on that. And we'll be giving priority to organizations that really inform and support this conversation, of course, and then we'll see what we have left. Um, so there's also information here. From the registration page, you will be able to, let me just scroll back up. So here's the registration link for the whole thing. And there's information about the different activities, the pre-conference, the conference. When you go to that page, you do need to, again, register for the activities in which you wish to participate, all of them, right? So if you're planning on Tara, I'm going to use you as an example. If AgriSafe wanted to have a table, at a vending table at the thing to provide information, then whoever is taking care of that in AgriSafe's organization would need to include that on the registration by clicking on that link. And then, and if Tara is going to attend the farm tour, which she said she would, and also the research discussion, there'll be a click for that too, as well as the main program the next day. So all of that information can be found here, and if you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me after this as well. Be happy to do that. So and there is information on here on the call for abstracts. That deadline is coming up soon. So if you know of a researcher that might want to participate in that poster contest, student or faculty, staff, or that have moved beyond their student days, then definitely click on this, and there's more information there. So at this point, I'm going to open it up for questions, comments, discussion. If anybody has anything that they would like to ask about the Farm Stress Summit and upcoming other events, I'd be happy to discuss that.
John, I had a quick question, and I may
Sure.
have missed it because I actually was here coming late. My apologies. The pre-conference research discussion, that's going to be just sort of a gathering of professionals. Okay.
Yeah, it is. So I want to say, okay, I know a lot of times, there are there are sessions that are these research
Mhm.
related conferences that are very formal and very formatted. This is more an opportunity to, we want to give people an opportunity to just do a brief, informal, summary of what they're working on or what they've just finished working on or what they're about to work on, and let people know about their work and their interests. Because one of the things that we want to come out of this with is more collaboration between researchers across organizations and institutions that may have similar research interests, because really the ultimate goal is to further research and knowledge that will support the mental health and well-being of our agricultural and rural communities. So it is very informal. People shouldn't prepare a 15-minute presentation or whatever, just a quick overview of their work and their research interests. And that'll give people the chance to network, get to know each other, and hopefully create more future collaboration,
Mhm.
Tara. So that, and we'll probably give some guidelines for time limitations when we see how many people register for that. So, but what we're envisioning is sort of a 3 to 5 minute overview by everybody, and a chance to then discuss, during the that discussion, and also at the end. But thank you for that question. Other questions about the pre-conference or the summit or registration? Well, um, hearing none at this point, unless somebody still wants to ask something. I haven't checked the chat. Do we have any questions in the chat? Let's see. Uh,
The registration process is super easy, John. I mean, I did it in like 2 minutes. So kudos to your team over there. It was easy to figure out everything right there. So I hope do you have a number that you're hoping to get at this, or do you have a limit of registrations?
Yeah, I know I mentioned this right at the
Okay.
uh, right at the first two, Tara. But yeah, you know, for lunch and all, we can accommodate up to around 200
Okay.
or thereabouts. So, we may try to squeeze some people in, but after that figure, we're not going to be able to guarantee the free lunch and that sort of thing. We will have some space limitations on that. But yeah, the last couple of years, we've been around 170 or so in attendance. So this is a nice little bump up from that, and we hope to make this bigger and better each year. But yeah, we're looking at around 200. Okay. Other questions? Thank you for your comments on the agenda and letting folks know that there are still seats for health professionals in that farm response program. Tara, I've heard great things about that. So, and it's a shame that there are still seats available, because again, what a great opportunity for providers. All right. Any other questions or comments? Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Corey. Thank you, and to you, to Ag Georgia and Ag South Farm Credit. You all do great work, and we just appreciate this support. And also, I want to call out again CareSource, and particularly as well, that's helping fund they funded the Comet regional training and continue to support that. So very important. And then also thanks to Fort Valley State University for hosting us, and especially to the Extension Service for taking care of lunch. All right. With that, I am going to adjourn us for today. Again, we'll have this posted, so if you want on our site where we always post it, and if you would like to share it with someone so that they got more information, and please share the registration link
Mhm.
for that as well.
Mhm.
We're very excited. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you being here today, and I hope to see you in just a little bit over a month. Yeah,
Yeah.
just a month and a few days. So, see you in Fort Valley. Thank
Hey,
you.
John,
Yes,
can you stay for just a second? I just have a quick
I will.
question. Probably easier to get you right here. While I was looking at my emails from you,